Who's rapping? Overkeen. Dragons? I'm not overkeen. I'll dice them like a knife, slicing right through an aubergine. My dragon shout flow is sweeter than a soda stream. You won't believe your eyes. I'm like an overload of dopamine. A broadsword in one hand and a magic spell in the other. I'm the last of the dragonborn. There's no other, my brother, so run for cover. If you've got scales, then I'm on your tail, and I will not
Welcome to the 37th Snoogans edition of a Skyrim Addict podcast roundtable. It's the 8th episode of season 6. Welcome, everybody. We are the show who compares and contrasts Skyrim experiences through a lively roundtable discussion by playing through the same quest with characters who have been randomly assigned drastically different attributes. Welcome, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, guys.
All right. Few people could not join us this evening, so we're down to more of a nuts and bolts of the core crew. We have Colin with us this evening. How are you, sir?
Evening, sir. I am very well. Yourself?
Very well. Thank you for joining us this evening. Always glad to speak with you, Colin. And Michael, how are you today?
Good. Drinking heavily.
Oh, great. What are you drinking?
Lightly, I should say. A Cape May Brewery Coastal Evacuation double IPA.
That sounds dangerous.
It's very dangerous. Living on the edge here.
Hopefully the boss is alerted that you are about to put that to your lips.
Yes.
And also, Victor, hello. How are you tonight?
I'm well. How's everybody? I'm coming to you from the land of barking dogs.
So you were at Andrew's place, yeah?
Yeah.
Bard's College with Andrew here.
Yeah.
And welcome everybody.
Can I be sure to name and shame the other guys, please?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, please go ahead.
No, you, because you're the host.
Me name them.
And shame them.
Shame them. Well, I can't really shame any of them because I think Juan has a pretty good excuse. He's judging
beer.
What kind did he say? I forget what exactly kind he said. Some sort of really heavy stouts or something. So
yeah.
I thought it was Nord Mead.
Nord Mead?
Now I'm disappointed.
Oh. Specifically the Blackbriar.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
Is that what it's called? I think
Blackbriar meadery, yeah.
Awesome. Let's see. I don't know. Pat just kind of slinked away. I don't know what Pat's doing.
Seeing art again. It's probably another art thing.
Some sort of art release or something snooty. I don't know. Got a top hat and a monocle on wherever he is.
Going to some vegetarian restaurant in the city.
Yeah, some vegan place.
I'm eating a Big Mac, right?
Yeah.
And Jeremy, his character is literally dead.
He killed his character, yes.
Poor Nads. I feel so bad.
Nadsler took one.
Yeah, he's done. Yeah. The results of overmodding, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's all Victor's fault.
Yeah.
More than likely. Yeah.
So what caused that sort of trouble? Just different mods updating and him not updating them in the correct order and stuff like that, and just kind of things got out of control. Or
I think that's what it was. Didn't he have like
who
50 of them?
knows?
I mean, yeah. It could have been two perfectly fine, perfectly working mods. It's just that when you put two of them together, they fuck up in one place in your game, probably from the very beginning. But he didn't know that until he got 15 levels in. So it could be something as simple as that.
Yeah.
Or it could be that it's just like, it's trying to spawn a particularly disgusting spoon every 15 seconds, and the computer doesn't like it, so it crashes. So you have no idea what it could be, especially with an Xbox. You wouldn't really be able to find out what it was.
I'm not sure if you're saying that in jest, but under what circumstances would the game need to be like spawning a spoon or something?
Well, yeah, you can get it where the game's trying to spawn something that it doesn't have the correct information for. So like an enemy, and it just doesn't have enough information to be able to, or it conflicts with something else that's in that area. So you can just cause it to crash, or there's something missing from it.
It's trying to render two things in the same location, and that's guaranteed to crash.
That's no good.
Yeah. So
I've tried to walk into areas before, and it's just crash, crash, crash. Then I fast travel away, go somewhere else, wait 24 hours, and then walk back to the same place, and then walk in, and then there's nothing wrong with it.
Exactly. Yeah. There are some notorious spots too, especially on PC Legacy Skyrim. There's some notorious crashy locations like the confluence of roads and streams and stuff around Haunting Brew Meadery there outside of Whiterun. That's a good spot for crashes.
Lots of liveliness going on there.
Yeah.
He was about to go up the mountain, correct? At not Rorikstead. What's it called? Ivarstead.
Ivarstead, yeah.
Is that where he was? He started having all the trouble.
I thought he was going in to get Esbern.
Oh, was he? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but
I think he'd already started having trouble before that, though. Yeah. So yeah. Plus, he had like 45 mods loaded, and who knows which ones, conflicting with what, or no patches or whatever. So that's what happens. Mods.
I'm sure you have at least 50 or whatever mods installed, but you've delicately
not on my Xbox. No.
Okay, yeah. Oh God, he was doing this on Xbox.
Yeah.
Yikes with 30
Yeah,
plus.
the Xbox I only have like 20, 25 at the most, I think, and they're fairly well picked, I think. So
yeah.
I did finally delete RDO though, because I had a couple of more of those memory leak or whatever, or memory location crashes with it. It's not one of those mods that you have to worry too much about deleting. So
that's good. I need to do more research about that. I actually, Michael and I were saying that I haven't even really looked at mods since I started the Roundtable character, because I knew once I started the character, I didn't want to deviate from, just start adding a bunch of stuff willy-nilly and screw the character up. I wanted to try to actually let the character survive the rest of the season. I got my Fallout Roundtable character in trouble by adding stuff. I was like, whatever, that'll be fine. And I eventually killed that character. So I decided, from the outset, you get this set, you get a very minimum. I think I only have like 10 or 12 running, and I delicately checked them and deliberately went through the list and looked at all the descriptions and load order recommendations and stuff. So I think I have it set fairly well, and I'm not going to add anything to screw. And I don't want to pull a Nadzler.
You're safe enough when you're adding a mod that doesn't contain an ESP. It's all textures and meshes and things like that. You're safe enough adding and subtracting those mods. They're fine. Things.
Speaking of mods, Victor, why don't you go ahead and tell us just a little bit about your new venture?
Oh, I'm not going to talk about that yet.
Oh, okay.
Are you talking about Mod Talk, or are you talking about
just Mod Talk?
Oh, Mod Talk. Well, actually, we were going to
venture. I wouldn't bring that up, but now that we did.
No, I'm working on something else. But we were going to record one last night, but Kyle got delayed with family, and so he didn't get back in time in the evening for us to record. So we will be recording one soon, hopefully during the week, maybe even tomorrow evening. I'm not sure. So.
Great. Looking forward to it. And have we gotten the posting stuff figured out, or are we still going in the
No, I haven't. It's really distressing. I've tried several times now to including with my own iTunes accounts, because I made one for Mod Talk, and it just doesn't seem to like my TalkShoe feed or something. I don't know what it is. So,
oh man. Look for it in the Skyrim Addict feed then, and everybody.
So I'm looking into alternatives to TalkShoe or anything that I can do. So
might as well.
I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? So we sort of mentioned in the group not too long ago, Victor, that the Roundtable play style with the dedicated the quests and all that. I mean, I don't want this to sound whatever. It's like, but it's not your general how you play in general. Just you sort of wonder stuff. So I was just wondering, what sort of stuff have you been getting into just randomly on the side before we actually get into any quests for this evening? And I'm interested in hearing about some of the random questiness you've been getting into.
I mean, with my Roundtable character, or just in general?
Just in general, whatever you've been doing in the game.
Actually, with the Roundtable character, I've been trying to stay pretty true to the form. I mean, she has completed the Companions Guild, and she's done a few quests. She just finished the what's it called? The one with Danica, the Elder Gleam quest.
Yeah.
We just finished that one.
Knife and the priests and guys.
Yeah, whatever. It's where you go and you go get Nettlebane and you take it to the Elder Gleam Sanctuary. And for the second time only in all the many hours I've played it, I mean, I had never actually gone through the branch of the quest with what's his name, who wants to follow you out to the Elder Gleam Sanctuary. I always just knifed my way through and stabbed the tree and grabbed the sap. But I kind of like his little branch there.
That's awesome to go out with you. I was actually reading, my obsession with having permanent followers, not people who you hire or like coerce into following, but like your quest followers. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I actually learned that from that quest, you can get either Danica or that guy you were just describing, and if you don't finish the quest, either of them will follow you for a long time.
Yeah, except he tends to be he's one of those people that sort of rushes into danger willy-nilly with his fists raised. He doesn't have a weapon. So
and he's not essential either.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he can
he'll die.
Right, so he will die, yeah.
That's too bad. What was I just Thonir or whatever his name is from Morthal. He's the guy who wants to go into the cave with you over there to kill Movarth or whatever his name is. And he is just constantly, I mean, he is essential, so it is fun to have him around, but his mapping is really different than other followers. He is just constantly on your heels. Face. It's really strange. He doesn't have the personal, I can't really explain it other than like the personal space circle around you. Like,
so he's like Serana.
He's up in he's even worse than Serana. Like there's Serana standing over here, and then Thonir is, if you turn around, you will touch noses with him.
Wow.
It's really weird.
I've never used him. He's
I'm just kind of messing around, collecting as many people as I can as I go. So.
Yeah. Well, the Elder Gleam dude was like, because since we weren't fast traveling, we were walking over the roads, and as we passed Valtheim Towers, of course, he went dashing in to take on the bandit chief. So,
man,
Lydia and I had to run in and save his butt.
Of course, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Hey, Michael and Colin, what have you guys been randomly doing in the games?
Characters,
whatever.
Everything. Remember I did what was that? Treva's Watch. I started that and then left, and I never met the guy in the courtyard. Well, by the time I got back, the bandits had respawned and killed him.
Oh no!
So
poor dude.
Yeah. So Steleo, he's dead in the courtyard, and I can't finish that quest. Because I was in Solstheim for like 2 months and didn't visit my family or anything like that. So
I done this same at Kolskiger Mine on a previous playthrough. Cleared Kolskiger Mine, never went back to the two guys to tell them that I'd cleared it out. And then about 6 months later, I went back. I went, oh yeah, there's a quest mark. I told them to go back. By then, the mine had respawned. They'd gone all the way back to Kolskiger Mine and got killed by the Briarheart.
That's a shame when that happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got back there and I saw him laying in the courtyard. I'm like, oh no, this isn't good. He's dead. So I tried seeing if he had anything in his pockets that I needed, but no, I needed to talk to him, and that wasn't going to happen.
Can you remind me of his quest? Did you say at Teva's or Teva's?
That's that Treva's Watch one. They're sitting around a campfire just outside. It's down by Riften, outside of his family's whatever stronghold, castle, whatever you want to call it. And you have to sneak in through the cave and kill all the bandits and let him in. Him and his crew in. It's like a little side quest. It's I'm pretty sure it's down by Riften, right? Just outside of Riften.
Yeah, it's along the lake there, just before Faldir's Tooth or whatever. It's along the same side there.
Yeah. It's like due west. It's between Riften and Iverstead, essentially.
Yeah, I'm sure I've stumbled across it.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those ones that you kind of stumble across as you're wandering out that way.
Yeah, the first time I encountered that quest, I thought it was one of those, that they were like, trying to trick me, and they were going to take me for all my money, so I killed them all, or tried to kill them all. But I think at some stage they're essential. I don't know. Anyway, I tried to kill them, and it didn't go well for anybody. So.
They took a knee and Victor ran.
They're probably essential until you kick off the quest.
Yeah.
Because they come inside after that. They come into once you open the front gate of Treva's Watch, they'll come in.
Yeah. Yeah, and that can be a little dicey going in through the cave.
Yeah.
There, especially if you have extra spawns on and things like that. It can get pretty violent in there.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Andrew, weren't you saying the other week that you went into a place that had 2 bandit chiefs in it? Or was that you, Michael?
I think it was me. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's Trevor's Watch.
Yes, I think that's what it was.
I had that happen to Freya just recently. There were 2 bandit chiefs somewhere. It wasn't Trevor's Watch either. It was somewhere else.
Is that a special edition thing only, or did that happen in the old edition as well?
I don't know.
No, I haven't in the old edition. In Trevor's Watch. Victor could have. Well, yeah, with the amount of mods he's got on his legacy one, he could have been.
How on earth do they expect the bandits to have any sort of organization and power structure if there's 2 chiefs? That doesn't work at all.
Upstairs chief, downstairs chief.
Exactly.
Yeah, really.
It's a big place.
Executive chief and chief junior.
Yeah, really. Where was that? That's interesting. Now I can't remember where it was. There were two chiefs.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure Treva's is one of the ones where I ended up with it. There might be another one too. Is it? Where's the one with the lady who's the guy's wife who he thinks the bandits have her?
Vol something or other. Volenrund, is that it? That's Alskaven. Alskaven, right?
Maybe.
No, that's the necromancer. He's talking about the bandit chief.
Yeah.
And it's
that's Mistwatch.
Oh, that is Mistwatch. Yeah.
There
is only one band to the chief, which is her.
Yeah, you meet the poor schmuck husband downstairs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sucker.
Yeah. Well, and you usually end up having to kill him anyway, right?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Or not unless you lie to him.
If you don't
kill her, if you do what she says.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just make a deal with her. Actually, yeah. And just give him her ring, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
And then he sulks off like a sad sack, basically. He's one of the sadder sack NPCs in the game, for sure.
Yeah.
His wife's like, oh, God, I'm done with that loser. I'm running this bandit crew here. My God, just give him my ring. Get him out of here. Jeez. Yeah. It's actually pretty
Felicia
sad.
did respect her, but she still killed her.
Yeah.
It's like, good on you. Well done.
Yeah.
Wow, this is weird. You know what? I think it's weird. Since I don't know when, like just today, you know how I was putting down like 85 runes? Now I can only put down 1 at a time. And then it disappears. Something happened in the
clothing that was allowing that to happen?
No, I haven't changed anything at all, literally. It's like, I'm not sure what the hell happened, honestly. It's funky.
That wasn't a mod, that was just a perk in a tree, right?
Well, it was a perk in Ordinator, but it hasn't changed.
Hasn't updated or anything?
Maybe I don't think I have. Maybe I have auto up. Is there an auto update on the Xbox? Don't you have to update it yourself?
No, it's a manual update as far as
it's a manual update. I haven't updated anything, so
unless they change that, I haven't updated anything since I started. The character. God, maybe I should update something.
You didn't go legendary on it or reallocate the points on the black book, did you?
No, not with destruction, because I double checked just to make sure that I didn't mess around with it. But
I did notice the other day that he has updated every single one of it. That's Enai Sion has updated all of his Xbox mods. Right now, there's an update waiting for all of them. But I have not updated my Xbox character yet for those mods anyway.
I'll have to check. Maybe I did by accident or something.
Yeah.
I don't think so though. So it shouldn't have done that. But I don't know. It could be some other issue. Who knows? But I'm still able to put one down at a time, which isn't too big of a deal. It just adjusts my my play style a bit, where I'm not just like laying down a highway of runes for people to run across, basically.
Yeah.
I just have to be a little more conscious of what I'm doing. But I'm definitely enjoying the destruction end of the play because I haven't done that so much recently. Especially the runes and all. But I think we're going to start playing with a little bit of that restoration that's on there. Michael and, or Michael and, or Michelle, sorry, not Michael, and Christopher are in the chat.
Oh, nice. What up, Michelle?
As I butchered his name, I apologize. But yeah, I'm ready to go legendary again soon, too. I think I'm sitting at level, my main level 66, and I'm already at 95 enchanting, so I'm going to go legendary on that again soon.
Is a quick poll, easiest category if you're going to go legendary and you want to get there quickly as possible. Again, what's your fastest go to? Victor.
He's muted.
Sorry, he's muted. Colin.
Yeah. The easiest one, I think, is if you get up to 100 in enchanting and can do 4 pieces that gives you free casting of spells, the easiest one to do is the spells.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So get your enchanting up first and then any spell.
Yeah, so you can make equipment and gear that will give you, and you can even double up, so you could have restoration and destruction, or sort of like illusion and conjuration. Mix that together, and then you could get both of those schools for free and make 25% cheaper 4 pieces of that. They're all free, and then you can just keep on going legendary in those, because I went legendary on restoration, and I'm already back up to 100 again. Wow. But I don't see the point in going over to a third time. It just seems weird to just constantly go legendary on the same thing.
Yeah. People have been giving me a hard time because I've never actually gone legendary.
Speaking of Christopher, yeah.
I've only done it a few times. Very, very rare.
Victor, what's your fastest? If you had to go legendary as some sort of like contest for speed, I know that's not your thing, but if you were to it, what would be your choice if you needed to level something up to go legendary as fast as possible?
Probably archery or stealth.
Sneaking, yeah, nice.
Yeah,
sneaking is one that's I might choose something like heavy armor and just put it on and go stand in front of a giant. If your level's high enough, they'll just beat on you and you just passively.
Well, that's the problem with that. I mean, that's I don't like to grind, so that's
Or an active procedure like enchanting is definitely my
quick.
thing.
It's very quick. Yeah.
I burn through enchanting pretty quickly. Now,
actually, come to think of it, I mean, you can do that with alchemy too.
Same,
with some expensive potions. You can
just make potions and throw them away, throw them to the
right. Zap it up really fast. Yeah, but
they're both pretty fast, and even smithing is pretty fast.
Especially now that I have the one where I can take swords and turn them into ingots.
Yeah, you have a lot more material to work with.
Ars Metallica, what's it called?
Yeah, Ars Metallica.
Yeah. That levels up. I haven't done nearly as much smithing as I usually do, and I feel like my smithing is much higher than it would be at this point in this character already, just because of that.
I was having to think about what I said on a previous episode about getting smithing experience from the smelter, and I'm not really thinking that was valid. What I would say is that if they changed it, instead of you doing it at the smelter, if you did it at the at the actual forge, and it called it deconstruction, like they do in ESO. So you're deconstructing swords and deconstructing armor and taking them apart piece by piece to see how to go together. Now that, I say, would be a very valid point. But just going up to the smelter and dumping, like, you know, a big chunk, cutting all the leather off and then throwing a big chunk of, like, iron armor in and just melting it down. I don't see how that could get you smithing experience. But going to, like, you know, the forge and then taking the armor apart piece by piece and deconstructing it down to its base components, then melting it down. That was
so have you ever actually yourself, Colin, in real life, taken ore and smelted it into ingots and learned how to, you know, adjust the temperature of the forge and know exactly how hot to make it and exactly what kind of alloys and things like that you know, you need to watch out for, and the impurities and how to skim them off and how to make a good ingot or a bad ingot. I mean, there's some skill there. So
there's a skill with any trade. But
right.
The thing is that if you look at the people who work on the smelters in Skyrim and how it's based, they're not skilled laborers. They're probably one of the cheapest paid laborers apart from miners. They got you're not talking to Adrienne. She obviously has her own forge and her own smelter. She uses that. But the smelter over at Markarth is basically the lowest of the low. The people who live in the warrens are the ones that work the smelter.
It doesn't mean you should get experience for it. I don't know. I usually I use a mod on Legacy Skyrim called Complete Crafting Overhaul, and it allows you to. It gives you a scale for, you know, a small amount of experience on using the forge. So I usually tick it up a couple of notches just to give myself a small amount of experience. I think and the same thing with the tanning rack. I mean, I think it's perfectly valid to be gaining experience from a tanning rack, but. That's just me.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Because those capes I make are just.
That's a lot of stitching, man. You know, it's hard to stitch leather. Got to have an awl and
quality leather products are hard to find these days.
Yeah, I think the one thing they should eliminate from Ars Metallica though is the getting points for mining. Itself.
Hey, come on! You have to know what to hit.
You have to know what to hit.
I don't know. I think it's perfectly valid. I think you know, mining is just is a skill as well. You shouldn't be gaining as much skill points as you should for,
exactly.
You know, crafting a set of really fine armor for sure. But a small amount, a small percentage, I don't think is anything
terrible. Yeah.
I think it'd be fun if they had like different kinds of mining, like if you had to bring something that would eat away the rock around it, and
water cannon,
some like chemical extraction or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do like about the Stalrim stuff is you have to have the specific pickaxe to be able to do it. I think that's a nice addition. Whereas if you had to have a better pickaxe to do ebony or, you know, whatever it may, or the geodes or something like that, you know.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Because you would think that would be more difficult to mine anyway.
Oh, that doesn't make sense. Instead of just the same 3 whacks it takes with a pickaxe to get iron, it should take some sort of
like maybe you have to have a dwarven pickaxe to be able to get ebony or something like that. You know what I mean?
You have to make the next stuff. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, in deference to the mod, to the CCOR mod, it also shifts a lot of other things around. For instance, it takes 5 pieces of ore to make a single ingot instead of 2. So there's a fair amount. You know, there's some balance there.
Yeah, the pickaxe thing's kind of Minecraftian, I will admit.
Well, that's what the notched pickaxe is all about, right?
Yep.
The one for
Yeah. Well, because in that you need whatever it is. You can't mine certain things with certain pickaxes. You need a high enough level.
Yeah.
Like for diamond, you need whatever it is, iron or something like that. But I forget exactly what it is. It's been a little while since I played it, but essentially that.
My character's stuck in a mountain.
Oh, in Minecraft, you got lost.
guy. I was like, I'm going to see if I can dig straight through this mountain. And it lets you. But if you... I thought I would just go straight through, and I forgot that if you just point up or down, you can also dig up or down. So I don't know if I'm it's so dark and I don't have a torch, and I need to figure out. My character's stuck in there. I don't know which direction to go now. It's so dark. I've gone into. I don't know.
If it's dark, it gets tough in there.
I might. I might have to start.
Can't you just dig all the way through to the other side of the mountain?
See, that's what I was trying.
But if you dug down, that's the problem.
If I've dug down at all, if my face is pointing down, I could be digging at an angle that, like, is there a bottom, Michael?
Oh yeah, there's a bottom limit. Yeah.
And will it tell me? Will the screen?
You just
pop
won't
up
be
and
able.
tell me
No, you just won't be able to. Dig
it'll be
anymore.
Minecraft China. Will come up and then you just
Yeah, you won't be able to go any further, but you won't be able to tell because it's pitch black.
Yeah,
so
that is the other problem. Yeah,
It's black. That's all I'm seeing. So
Right.
I don't know. I just might have to kill the character. He might be dead.
you could dig up. Do you have any? I don't know. Now we're getting into Minecraft, but
yeah, really.
I just got it because of the new Fallout expansion.
Yeah, I was playing a little bit with. Well, we were in the same world there playing Fallout.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's right. We were running around for a minute there. You're trying to show me stuff. I literally never played Minecraft. This is weird as shit.
I do like the Fallout world quite a bit. I've played in the Skyrim one as well, but I do like the Fallout one. Yeah.
Nice. It's fun to play around in. It's good. The Skyrim one also cool.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's you get your places that you are familiar and things like that. Same kind of thing.
I wonder if you could just mine your way to Blackreach then instead of having to go through the fucking long ass hall to get there.
I don't. There might be a Blackreach, but I don't know. I've never checked, to be honest.
Down into Blackreach instead of having to do the whole dwarven ruin mazes.
Yeah. There's got to be some. There might be something. I know there's Skyhaven Temple, I think, is there.
Oh God, I love Speaking of Skyhaven Temple, actually, we should maybe, because some of the quests we're getting into are fucking long hauls.
Oh yeah,
so we should actually get into Skyhaven Temple a little bit.
Sure.
And discuss our quest here in a minute or so.
Are you referring to Alduin's Wall?
No, Alduin's Wall. What is that, Victor?
Well, golly, that's the next quest, Andrew.
So at this point, I'm very sad in the game because for a brief moment, I had yet 2 extra very powerful followers in Esbern and Delphine.
Yeah.
And at this point in the game, this is when they have to part.
Yeah,
ways.
they just kind of run off. Yeah.
I don't get to have them with me anymore. Very sad. But Alduin's Wall is beautiful.
It is.
I love the art that they did. It reminds me of, I mispronounced his name. It's either Giger or Geiger, who did the alien, like xenomorph art and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know if that makes any sense, but I don't know. It's just really intricate, really cool art on that wall. I really like that. Anyway, so we should get into that before we get too far ahead of ourselves. Colin, how do we get to the wall?
Did you want to introduce characters and things like that first?
Yeah, tell us a little bit about your character and each person before we get into stuff that we've done. We'll say a little bit about our character before we launch into. Good call, Colin. Good catch.
Hi guys, my name is Colin, calling in from Essex in England. My character's name is Clesia Iridia, an Imperial female. Legate Clesia Iridia. She's completed the, I've forgotten the name of it now, the Civil War on the Imperial side. Her assigned attributes, I would say, skills, would be enchanting, two-handed, and I've forgotten what the thief one. Pickpocket. The first 2 are up to 100. The pickpocketing is still at about 57, 60. I haven't been concentrating in it too much. I've laxed off of trying to disarm opponents because she doesn't steal anything, because she doesn't commit any crime. Apart from one murder, but that was all in the good cause. For the kids, you know?
For the kids, yeah.
That's about it. Her spouse is Lydia, and she's using her as a follower, and she's currently in the middle of doing the Dawnguard questline as her sort of like side stuff, as well as doing the main quest. Victor?
Yeah. Oh, Andrew's muted. Well, my character's name is Freya Hawthorne. She's distantly related to Chade Hawthorne, who's a character elsewhere on the Facebook group.
Nasty piece of work, that Chade.
Yeah, definitely nasty piece of work. So Freya is Bosmer. She is fairly young. She's in her mid-20s. Her skill sets are conjuration and archery and sneak, all of which she's up in the high 60s at right now. She's begun to really try to concentrate more on her conjuration, since she's, as we'll find out later, had to join the Mages Guild, at least briefly. So since she's thought she might do some serious study in conjuration. So she's begun experimenting with summoning Dremora and things like that, whereas before she was just dabbling in it. And summoning bound weapons, especially the bound bow. That was her, since she is an archer after all. Her spouse is Silja, who is a miner from Shore Stone, who is now residing with Lucia and Sophie at Bree's home in Whiterun. But as soon as they are able to afford it, they'll be buying Proudspire Manor, I assure you, and moving to Solitude. That is, as soon as the Stormcloaks have sacked the city and run out those awful Imperial bastards. And that's about it.
We'll be back.
Let's see. My character, I'm Michael. You may know me from such places as Skyrim Addict Podcast. My character is a Khajiit. I named him Maskir. His stats roll was 3 stamina, 1 magicka, 2 health. My skills were smithing, alteration, light armor. I believe, smithing, I've gone legendary and I'm back up to 77. Alteration, I'm at 78 right now. I have been working on that, but it's a slower grind because I'm wearing armor and stuff. So, alteration does take a while. And light armor, I believe I'm at 100 already. Yes, I should be. I am level 66, so I should be 100 there. Sided with Stormcloaks in the Civil War. My class is a warlock, so I have been using a lot of magic. I do have the Atronach Stone. I do have Vindrel Hall. I go there very rarely. My poor children are both living there. One of them being Lucia, I adopted, or Lucia, however you may say it. I make her Italian, so I call her Lucia. And my house Carl's Argus, who I don't think I have, but I have several other house Carls. Who's Calder? That's supposed to be my spouse.
But he's the Windhelm. House Carl.
Okay. I'll have to get over there and work on that then. And my faction is supposed to be the Vampire Clan, but I haven't started Dawnguard yet. I'll probably be doing that in between these next set of quests, actually. So,
yeah. I don't think I've ever maybe even encountered Calder, because I don't think I've ever taken Hiram as or become a Thane there.
You know what? I may not have either, now that you mention it.
If you take the right side on the Civil War quest line, then they give it to you for free.
Maybe I do have him then, because I did.
Really?
I did complete the Civil War quest, so that is a possibility that I do have him already and don't know it. I probably just have to go pick him up in Windhelm, is what it is. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
You still have to buy the house.
Oh wait, I haven't done the murder thing yet, so I don't. I can't get the house yet. That's why.
Yeah.
So. I'll be doing that soon too. I do have to get back to Windhelm. I'm going to be heading back there because I'm going to probably do some Dark Brotherhood also while I'm over there. I haven't actually started that yet either.
The Blood on the Ice quest, recommendation out there for anyone. Don't start it unless you're ready to do it.
Yes, do it all at once.
Limbo.
Yeah. That is a quest that glitches like crazy.
Oh, it sure does.
Did they special edition? They could have fixed it, maybe, right? Who knows? I haven't tried it yet.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, good.
Well, I do have a tip that sort of like gets you out of the funky waiting about. When they say when you speak to the woman, I can't remember her name, really annoying one.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Who's after the Captain Lonely Gal? She tells you, don't, that's going to be Wolfgar. Everybody knows he sort of like messes around in necromancy. And she tells you, you better go and speak to the steward. Don't go to Wolfgar because he's dangerous. If you go directly to Wolfgar, that'll allow you to finish the quest all in one go.
Yeah, rather than go back and forth a couple.
Yeah, don't go to the steward. When she says to you, go to the steward, don't go to Wolfgar. You ignore her and go directly to Wolfgar or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I think Wolfgar. That sounds right.
Yeah,
go to the mage directly.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, and also make sure halfway through, make sure you go and bring the necromancer's amulet to Calixto and sell it to him, or that'll be stuck in your inventory for the rest of your playthrough.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that does get stuck there, doesn't it?
And plus, it doesn't change at the end of the quest, so you miss out on a very, very powerful piece of equipment.
So if you sell it to him, it changes, right? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it comes back with some enchantments on it after you pick it up the second time. I didn't manage to save the woman this time.
Oh, did you?
He was just, he was too quick. He already had her down before I got close to him. Because I'm swinging the hammer.
It's
very slow.
I got there the one time too early, but he was already there, and we both just stood there for like an hour. He was just literally standing right behind her with the knife in broad daylight, and I'm like, "That's weird." And we both just kind of stood there, and he didn't go anywhere. And I'm like, "All right."
Triggered by time?
It was
that's weird
because I got there. It was still daylight. I think you have to meet him in the market in the evening or something like that. You're supposed to, or something like that
at night.
Yeah. But this was still daylight, and she was still working at her booth. And he's just standing there, like ready to attack for quite a long time. And I'm like, "All right, you probably should have been caught already because you're really terrible at this." But the guards didn't notice. They didn't seem to notice him menacingly standing behind her with a dagger or whatever he had in his hand. Or seemed to care. Maybe they didn't like her. I don't know. It's a possibility.
Yeah, maybe they wanted her to die.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
The one I didn't save was the woman that walks past you. I think she's Wood Elf or High Elf, one of the two. She's walked past you. She goes, "Horses. Every day it's horses." Boring as you, love. Get lost.
So where were we on Alduin's wall? Had we
waiting for you to introduce yourself and your character?
Yeah, we just introduced our characters.
Quickly, I am curing Tinker Keeps, a male Argonian. It's been strange playing an Argonian. It's actually really nice to have the option to just swim away from stuff. If at lower levels, if I got caught by a troll or something and there was a lake or pond nearby, if the Argonians can breathe underwater, so you just go underwater and there's never any danger underwater. Slaughterfish every once in a while, but that's just about all the danger you'll ever face. It's been a really nice battle tactic, especially for my character who's a restoration specialist. I don't do lots of fighting overall, unless you count taking the perk and the tree that turns restoration spells into damage against your enemies. That's just about all the battling I'm actually doing with my male Argonian, but it's actually an incredibly weird and different playstyle for me, but it's been really fun so far. Light armor, which is nice to have one of those passive skills to increase. You just get hit a bunch and it pops up. And smithing, like I said earlier, we're using the the Ars Metallica, so smithing is leveling up a lot faster than usual. And any of you guys who use the Ars Metallica mod, wait, actually, I don't know. This might be added by this is added by something else. You have the option to turn a grinding wheel and a table.
Oh, that's part of Ordinator, yeah.
Ordinator, you have the option of turning those into something like special
home
ones or something. What is that about?
It's called you get 20% better smithing out of it, I believe is what it is. Let's see. Let me pull up here.
Okay.
It's basically you customize your own personal one that you used most often.
Advanced Workshop, that's it.
There you go, yeah.
I should actually choose someone to use it. I don't really
It's
have
not a permanent choice, though. I mean, it's like 2,500 coin, but then you can.
Yeah, you can.
I forget how you sell it back or whatever, but you can change it over.
Oh, that's
if you sneak up to the stone, or whatever it is, or the bench, whichever. If you sneak up to it and then activate it, you can.
I usually just wait till I own a property or something like that, and then do one there. And I've never actually moved it.
Valendril Hall, but then that shit's all the way across town. You know what I mean?
It's a long way to go.
Sucks. And I've actually kind of fallen back onto one of my old habits of getting the black market guy, so I don't really go home anymore. You know what I mean? I just sell stuff on the road, like to him when I need to, or to merchants that I come across. Valendril Hall's my place, and I've dumped a bunch of stuff there, but I haven't gone back to decorate it, and I definitely, I went up to play in Solstheim for a long time, and I've been running around up there. I really like Solstheim, but so I haven't been back in a long time, and I've just kind of abandoned my house. I know I need to get an orphan and stuff like that, so I guess I should have to decorate Valendril Hall and get that ready to go. I wonder what I have to sacrifice over there to get the children's room, because they always make you make a choice.
Oh, I know, yeah. You
give up like valuable shit, like an alchemy table or something. You're like, no, I want that enchanting table, not the kid.
No, was it in Proud Spy? You don't have that. You can have them all.
Well, shit, they better let you have them all with the price tag.
Look, you're paying for location in Solstheim or in Solitude. I mean,
yeah. Oh my lord. Plus, it is a spacious estate.
Yeah. Proudspire's big. Yeah.
Plus, you're defended by the greatest army known in all Tamriel. So, yeah.
Ha!
Well, and Vindrel, though, you do have a great view out of Vindrel Hall. If it had any freaking windows and it didn't feel like a vault, it would be a good view.
Yeah. Well, you can stand on the front porch.
Yeah, you can walk outside.
Yeah.
15,000-pound coffin.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. You're on the top floor. You have no view, even though you can see over the wall to the mountains. Nice area. Although I guess with dragons flying around, you would want it to be a little more secure. So there's that.
Yeah, I still wouldn't mind a window.
Yeah, a window would be nice. I'd have to agree.
So let's see. Where did we leave off? We left off probably in Riverwood, I bet.
Talking.
Or getting Esbern to Riverwood, probably.
That's the beginning of the quest, yeah. To get him to Delphine and
reintroduce them, and Esbern is surprised that she's alive or something. Oh, no, he was already surprised when you already told him back in the Riften that Delphine was alive. So he's like, "Oh, Delphine, good old times."
The quest technically switches in his room, right?
Oh, does
yes.
it?
Yeah, you complete the last one, right in his little chamber there,
and you
and initiate this one there, yeah.
Alduin's Wall, yeah,
and escort him basically to Riverwood, to the special attic room in the basement, and the
secret attic room,
giant room,
everybody can see.
He pulled out a really nice book called The Annals of the Dragon God, I think it was called.
Oh.
It's really nice. You should pick that up. It's worth about £200, I think.
Oh, my goodness.
It's got lots of information on it.
Anything fancy happen there from our scene? What happens in the basement there in Delphine's room?
They talk a lot.
Yeah, but it's like a nice sort of, like, you're sitting there and he's talking to the two of you, and then she's interrupting him, and then she's turning around to you, going, "Do you know what he's talking about?" And you shrug and shake your head. It's a nice little interaction when you're sitting there listening to him talk, and just go, "What's the old man just rambling about?" You know, he might say something interesting in about 10 minutes. Just bear with it.
Poor Asburn.
Yeah, quit picking on Asburn. Fucking Exorcist, man.
That's probably the highest paid actor in the entire voice acting troupe there.
I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Ming the Merciless.
yeah.
Which is still amazing to me that he's Ming the Merciless, but
You mean The Exorcist? Come on.
Yes, The Exorcist.
Pick the more widely known.
Oh, come on. Flash Gordon is fantastic.
I've never seen it.
Really? Wait, that's right. We talked about that. You've never seen
I know. People are
Jesus.
raging about how great that episode was. You guys just rode my ass about how
And you liked it.
And I looked it up. It was the fucking Exorcist, and you guys didn't even tell me it was the Exorcist. Of course I knew who that guy is. Now they make the person.
Power of Christ compels you to watch Flash Gordon, you bastard.
A remake of Flash Gordon. There's no way that actor was alive back in the fucking 40s or whatever, right?
What's that?
Or was he?
Flash Gordon is in the 80s. What are you talking about?
The 80s?
You didn't even know it was a movie?
That was a movie. I thought you were talking about like the serial.
Oh,
the sci-fi
jeez.
series they used to do. No, I have no idea.
Never
It was
heard the song? Flash. Ah. Queen?
Yeah, I mean, I know that song.
What? That's from the movie.
Flash Gordon.
Yeah, that's from the movie.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen it, so I wouldn't know. What the hell? What do you get?
Oh man, it's I'll just say maybe the graphics don't hold up over time, but it is fantastic.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes to go back and see those.
I don't know if they really held up in the time, but we'll say. To be fair,
in the time,
Time blessed makes up for any inconsistency.
that is
Just
true.
like-
That is true.
10 minutes of him, and then you're fine. It's sort of like entertainment gold.
Also-
fill of Ming and then bust out.
Man, Ming's daughter is blazing in that movie, though. Holy cow!
Uh-oh.
Yeah, she's probably
out.
60 right now, but
I'm sure she's still smoking.
she was wearing the spandex of the day, shiny spandex of the day, whatever it was.
Sequins.
She was an X-Man.
Was she?
No, but that's what they all wear.
Oh, that is true. That is what they wear. It's a good point. In the cartoon, anyway. They stopped wearing them in the movies. They need to get back to that.
Yeah.
Yellow and blue.
Yes, the bright yellow and blue, and very inconspicuous. Nobody would notice you if you were wearing this.
From easy sight in the night. Yeah. So we got to the basement. Then we have to escort. You actually Delphine gives you the option to meet her there, or you can go with her. Isn't this one of those situations? I think I said, "Come on, everybody, let's trot over to."
Oh, the Skyhaven?
Not Karthspire, is it?
Karthspire, yeah. Technically, it's Karthspire. Yeah, you can just meet them there. It's actually, I don't know. I don't think they give you the option, do they?
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, you can travel alone or travel with them.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, and Delphine has to hand the inn off to poor Orgnar.
Oh God, yes, that scene.
Yeah.
Beautiful, tragic.
Yeah. Yeah.
That guy's like, what?
Yep.
I know you, but he's like,
Yeah, poor guy just doesn't say anything. He just sort of looks wistfully off after her, and it's all over. Oh dear.
Ship? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
At some point during the question, if you talk to him, you can say to him, "Do you know what Delphine is up to?" And he goes on about saying, "Oh well, what she gets up to in her own time is none of my business, and shouldn't be any of yours either," or something like that.
Yeah. He's the ultimate strong, silent type.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I usually just take a cart to Markarth when I'm doing that section of the quest.
How far is Karthspire from Markarth?
Not very
It's just
far,
down the hill. You You go down, then you can go out of Markarth. You can take a left, or you can go straight. Doesn't matter. Eventually, they all wend their way back around. But basically, go down the hill to the next. It's the second left across a bridge, and you end up at the Karth Spire. I almost always get a dragon spawn there. Too.
There's a mound up by
up at the top of the hill there. Mound,
If you come in through Soljan's sinkhole, that area, you can let the dragon kind of take care of everything for a while.
Yeah, I did that this time. I let him. And I'm getting ancient dragons now, I think. So I let the dragon take care of a lot of those Forsworn, and then I sneaked up the hill and into the. I didn't bother trying to take out the whole camp full of Forsworn. There's a hag up there. There's also a very powerful frost mage up at the top of it. So she's
Smith
pretty,
area.
Yeah, she's pretty powerful.
There definitely is
ritual stones and having the hags follow me.
Oh, do you? Is that what you do with them?
It's fun,
except for their heavy breathing.
Oh man, that is great. Dog, the hag ravens, like a symphony.
Yeah,
Symphony of the Ritual Stone, a song by Andrew Myers.
Symphony of the Ritual Stone. The next George R.R. Martin book.
The fucking your bandits are like.
Oh, they're the worst. Yeah, they're like, oh my god, they're like brain dead.
Oh yeah, that's great. And so Karthspire is a pain in my ass. I hate going into Karthspire. I don't know. Victor says you don't even clear those. You don't even bother clearing them out, which is probably
no. Why bother?
Smart.
All you have to do is get in the cave entrance.
I don't know why I do. It's just like it's where either a couple different rivers like meet up. It's like a weird sort of spot. Yeah. And there's like a bridge work going up, and it's just a pain in my ass for some reason. I always have a hard time. Now, I don't know why I never thought about, hey, just fucking run over to the cave and run on in.
Well, there's usually like a few of them up on the sort of the front porch of the cave there. You have to kill off a few up there, but and there's like
Briarheart inside.
There's a Briarheart inside, and there's sort of a couple foragers. Are those the next one down from Briarheart? I can't remember.
I believe
so. No, it's Pillager.
Pillager, okay. Pillager, then Forager, right?
Yeah. And so there's a couple of those, but it's not as bad as if you try to take out the whole camp.
I just wiped out the whole camp. They're enemies of the Empire. So
yeah, well, Freya's only level 26 right now, so she wasn't about to attempt all that.
So when you enter this cave, is that where the puzzles immediately start, or is there like a section that you have to go through before you go? Is there like a
you go through the section where there's a
fire section, and then it turns into Skyhaven Temple, like through a load screen later?
No, you can come to the outskirts. So you go through and you're in a Forsworn cave, and you'll have, I think it's a couple of foragers and the Briarheart's in there. But he's the mage Briarheart, so if you've got enough resist on, he's not too tough.
Yeah. Plus, there's surprisingly good loot in there too.
Yeah, there is.
I think there's a black soul gem in there somewhere.
Yeah, one of them has a black soul gem on it. Yeah.
And then you go through there, and then out the back, and then that leads to the little statues, the same as the Nordic ones, where you spin them around to get the right signal.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's the dragon-born symbol thing, yeah.
If you guys don't play with your volume on, or like and you happen to miss the subtitle cue that Esbern gives you, that puzzle can be pretty infuriating.
Well,
yeah. If you don't know what thing to put it on,
There's not 3, there's 4, right?
Yeah.
Well, it was. I got there, and after last week's update episode, that and you guys were. I think it was you, Michael and Colin. You guys were talking about how easy this stupid puzzle was, and I got there and I'm going, what am I supposed to do now? And I felt like such an idiot.
Well, if you don't know what symbol it is, you're just spinning. Yeah. Basically, you're just spinning.
Yeah.
I had done it recently. That's the only reason I remembered.
You must have had the volume turned down, because when you turn it round with the proper symbol, it says, yes, that's the one with the arrow on it. So
right,
and it's basically it's kind of like the male one because it's the one with the arrow pointing out from it.
Yeah, basically.
Yes, yeah. Except it's pointing down. But
Yeah.
He also says...
Yeah, he's not that excited. It was later on. That's why we changed it.
It's Esbern. I mean, he's old, you know. Yeah.
But he also says try it on all of them instead of like trying different patterns. Like he tells you to one pattern. So that is, he gives you the solution, but if you don't hear it, you can be there for a long time enough to have to be like, what the fuck? And go look on the UESP to see what the solution is and then smack your face because you're so dumb because it's all the same.
Well, I'm standing there thinking, I'm halfway through The Witness and I can't figure out this stupid little puzzle. Great game, by the way. Not to plug another game here, but yeah.
No, that's fine. That's hilarious. It's so but so just 4 dragon symbols and you are on your way. I think there's like a couple of platforms that probably plop down at that point that allow you to cross some bridges. You maybe go up a level or 2 and wrap around, if I'm not mistaken. And then there's a floor puzzle too, if I remember right.
I usually just whirlwind sprint across that one.
Yeah, and let everyone else fend for themselves.
Well, no, because there's a chain right across the puzzle, so you just
pull it down,
whiz across, and pull a chain, and
yeah. The floor puzzle, of course, is there's symbols on the floor. If you follow the path of the same symbol that you just opened up the walkways with, right? You can follow that. Sort of, it wraps around a little bit, but it's not too tough. And then, like Victor mentioned, there's a pull chain across the way. You pull that chain down, and that will... What was the trap? Was it a fire?
Yeah, it's a fire, yeah.
Fireballs. It comes out of the wall. Oh, yeah, it's not like the torch is coming up at where I can never remember where that other one is, where you go through and there's spiders and there's pressure plates.
Oh, yeah.
Torches. It's some other cave. But
it's Oostengrav.
Oostengrav.
That's it.
Yeah. Where you walk on the floor and then they come out of the flames. Now this is it's like, you know, those soul traps, soul gem traps. Sorry, where it has the
right.
Oh yeah, those.
And then it shoots a certain spell at you. It's like that one, but it's built. It's actually in the same in Solion's Single, isn't it? When you go in there and you get to the Droga Deathlord or the Dragon Priest, depending on what level you are, there's magical pillars in there. One of them shoots fire something at you and heals the Droga Deathlord. I was like, son of a bitch.
And then you come to the Great Head.
Yeah, the Great Head. That is good luck.
Was it Riemann Cyrodiil, I believe, is the guy?
Yeah, Riemann Cyrodiil. Yeah.
And
he did what?
That's the face when you're doing the blood puzzle or the blood seal, I should say.
On the floor, there's the you have to slice your hand and drip blood into the thing. That's kind of similar to the the Dawnguard one to get Serana out a little bit. Not really, but
where it pokes your hand. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that face. I took a screen cap of it. The face is pretty fucking cool. Again, that face reminded me of Geiger artwork again for some reason. I don't know, but it's really cool. I like that. And then the face sort of like recedes into the wall and pops up. A door opens or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it is the door. It lifts back up.
Yeah.
And behind the door,
some guy with some levers and stuff.
Is some stairs behind the door, technically.
And up behind these stairs, you trot up and find
Alduin's wall.
A beautiful wall, lots of stairways kind of wrapping around to the left and to the right. A beautiful wall. You can go up on top of this wall. There's doorways leading out to a courtyard, I believe.
The back porch is nice. I agree.
Directly opposite of the wall, there's a long dinner table. If you follow the table, it leads to a storage room. And in that storage room, I believe there's lots of blades gear, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Some chests and such to go through.
And a very special weapon.
What is the special weapon, Colin?
That is Dragonbane.
Dragonbane.
It's awesome. It does 40. Well, my one, I don't know whether it levels, but my one seems to be better than my ebony swords.
Oh, nice.
Takes a Quicksilver ingot. It does 10 points of shock damage to everybody else, but it does an extra 40 points of damage to dragons.
Oh, wow. Does all of the Blades gear have specific perks against dragons?
Nope.
Like, you think the armor would have like a 30% extra resistance to dragon breath or something? You know what I mean?
You can speak to Esbern and he gives you a special blessing.
Okay, what is that?
It was really bad because you're expecting this, like, real sort of like, serious, like he's going to start burning some sage or something, and he goes, "May your blades crack on the hides and your arrows shatter their scales." Right? That's it. Off you go.
That's right.
It's really quick.
Yeah. It does last for 5 days, though, so it's
does it last that long?
Yeah.
And what is the extra? How much?
Was it 20% or something like that? I forget.
Damage against dragons?
Yeah, melee damage though. Bows and melee weapons, I believe.
Is that something you can recharge somehow? Can you go?
You can go back. Yeah, you go back and then he does it again for you.
Oh, nice, great.
And by the way, Dragonbane is leveled, so 40 points is max.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought so because I've got the the ebony perks. So the ebony perk in smithing. So my ebony sword is the one that I made for Lydia is pretty powerful. Then I got Dragonbane, and I don't have the advanced armors. Does Dragonbane come under, because it's made of Quicksilver, but would that come under advanced armors or steel?
Steel. According to this, I'm looking at the UESP entry.
Right, steel. But yeah, it needs a Quicksilver ingot, but it came under steel. But yeah, that one does more damage than my ebony swords do. Like base damage. It's like my ebony swords do like 50 points of damage because I haven't got any perks in one-handed, and that one done like 57, 58 points of damage, and then you have 40 on top of that. So
yeah, nice,
great. Is that
and I gave it to Lydia, so God knows how much damage she's doing with it.
I was just about to ask, if that's something you carry around with you now?
No,
that's a perfect Lydia weapon.
Yeah.
Do you give her the rest of the gear? Do you deck her out in all blades?
No, she's in. Was it the Nordic carved?
Oh, so great!
That's the best armor for Lydia. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Freya's Lydia is also in Nordic carved. Yeah,
that's great. Good set of armor. That, and I think two of my favorite sets of armor came from that DLC, the Stalrim and the carved Nordic. I love both of those.
She looks good in Stalrim as well. Actually, she looks a lot better in Stalrim than she does Nordic carved.
Except for the stupid helmet.
Yes, you're definitely right there. Don't put her in the stupid helmet. She'll kill you if you put her in that helmet.
The light helmet?
No, it's the one. It's basically, it's like the Drogon Deathlord helmet with the two horns. That's that, but in bright blue. So it just does not work.
Yeah.
It's something Elton John would have worn.
Yeah. And the heavy armor one isn't that much better, is it?
No.
The horns come out at the side.
Yeah.
Like that's, was it horned helmet, the whatchamacallit, the steel one with the two horns that come out at the side, like a pair of bull's horns.
Well, which one is the one that has the stupid little goggle things built into it that looks like glasses? Is that the heavy one?
Yes. Yeah, that's the heavy one.
Yeah. Anyway, somebody should have been fired for that.
Well, he was probably looking at it and goes, "No fucker wears the helmet anyway." They don't want to look at
That's true. Yeah.
Face. He's like, fuck it with the helmet. He just made the rest of it look good.
Probably the same person that designed that beautiful orcish heavy helmet.
Oh,
that's an awesome helmet, So it's like, well, anyway.
You know what? But you know what does work? Is Nordic carved with an ebony helmet.
Yeah. Also, a Daedric helmet looks good with it.
Oh, an ebony helmet, huh?
Yeah, because you have that sort of where it has the black fur coming around the cuff of the top of the armor,
Yeah.
it blends in with the ebony helmet. Because I have ebony gear and she has Nordic carved, but her helmet, for no reason whatsoever, I just put water breathing on it because she only needs archery, and the only other thing you put on is magic-based stuff, and she doesn't need that. So I put water breathing on it, and then I was doing a Dremel rune. It was full of water, so I swapped helmets, gave her mine, took her one, and it really, really worked, having the ebony helmet.
Nice. Cool. What is some armor that does not look good on Lydia?
Well, she won't wear light.
So wear any light armor.
No.
Is there a heavy version of Elven? Does Elven come in heavy?
No.
The only one I'd probably say, I mean, Dwarven looks pretty silly on a woman whenever I look at it. It's too bulky. You got these massive shoulders on it.
It's very clunky, yeah.
I never really liked her in that because the shoulder parts are way too big.
You can't cover her face either. That's for. I said you cannot cover her face either. That is forbidden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Blades one actually does have an open face helm, so
nice.
You could actually go in that, but
are there variations found throughout the rest of the temple?
No, there is a a mod on a modded version in Immersive Armors, and it's like a samurai type, so it's all decked out with, it looks more like a samurai because it's
that's the Akaviri stuff. Yeah, that's good. That's good armor,
and it's got the face plate for the samurai armor that you see in like The Last Samurai and things like that, where you have the gargoyle looking face and stuff like that. It has that in the front of the helm. Looks pretty cool, but then it's got two horns that stick out of the top again and totally ruins it.
Those damn horns.
Yeah. Stupid cows.
They get them from those fuzzy cows. Get them from yak horns. I don't need intimidating horns. I want goat horns or something.
Yeah.
Figure out you need to use them for glue already.
Can you effectively use Skyhaven Temple as a home? Is there enough storage and a bed and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, I guess you could.
Cooking and...
if you wanted to join the Blades, but who'd want to do that?
I doubt they have enchanting. They probably don't tolerate that sort of BS, right?
I don't think there is an enchanting table up there, is there?
I don't think there's an alchemy table.
Alchemy table, probably not either. Is there smithing stuff? There's probably smithing stuff, I would assume, somewhere on ground.
I don't think so, no.
Nothing. Wow. So no, don't make that your home.
Well, there's an alchemy table, at least, if not an enchanting table as well, out in the Forsworn cave outside. So.
Oh, that is true. Yeah. You just
and there's the smithing area outside. Yeah.
Does that respawn now?
I was going to say, will the Forsworn keep coming back?
Not the Skyhaven cave. Not the what do they call that antechamber there?
Just outside though.
I don't think they respawn in there, do they? They'll respawn down in the big camp though eventually.
Yeah, the Karthspire exterior, they'll keep respawning. Yeah. So that sounds kind of annoying, especially if that Dragon Mound respawns up there. Is Skyhaven Temple close enough to interact with that from the exterior?
I don't think the Dragon Mounds respawn though, do they?
No.
Once they're open,
how does that work then? Because you can encounter a dragon again.
Yeah, I mean the mound doesn't respawn, but the dragon itself does. So it doesn't fill itself back in and then just appear. But dragons will randomly appear if you fast travel to a cast.
Yeah, because
like that.
I saw Colin explaining to someone. Maybe you can explain this to me again. Someone was saying, "Oh, I have a bug because this dragon, I killed it and it didn't lose its skin and do the weird zippy zappy cloud thing."
That's if you kill it the second time, right?
Explain that to me again.
Basically, you can go to a word wall, kill the dragon, get the word, go off, do some adventuring, and then after a couple of levels, that will respawn. But usually, you've leveled up so much that the dragon there will level up as well, so they'll change. So if it goes from being a blood dragon to an elder dragon, then when you kill it, you get another dragon soul. but then you level up another 10 levels, but it's still only an elder dragon. And when you go back and kill it again, it's just a respawn of that exact same dragon, so you don't get a dragon soul out of it.
So in order for it to get a soul each time, you actually have to level up. And as long as the dragon levels up, then it'll produce a soul each time. But if you go back and it hasn't leveled up, then you won't get a soul again. Is that how that works?
I'm thinking it, yeah.
Okay.
Not 100% sure, but that's how it's always happened in all the previous games. Mind you, I did notice that Proud Spire now has a bed in the basement for the house car instead of a piece of hay on the floor. So stuff has changed in SSE. So, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Is that if the dragon is a respawn of exactly the same dragon, like if you killed a blood dragon, you go back there and it's a blood dragon again. It's like the one that's by Riften, you know, the one that's near Kynes Grove, that's above that bloody thing, and that spins around. That respawns every single time. I've killed it about 4 times, and twice didn't get a dragon soul out of it.
It's not Solaknir each time, though.
No, it's not that one. It's the one the opposite side. Where you know where you get the Atronach stone and you get the people bathing. It's over there.
Yes, yeah.
Sulphur Springs.
They get all, those bandits or whatever they are, just get all loose out there and hang out in the in the hot springs
inviting,
out there.
Right?
Yeah, it's like, hey, come on in. It's like those guys drinking on the side of the road.
Yeah, I thought that was a trap.
The guys drinking on the side of the road? No, they're just drunk. They just
I was very wary going into that.
Well, you should be, because they're a bunch of drunk guys hanging on the side of a mountain usually. But
they invited me into drink. I thought, okay, this is going to set up a quest where I black out. I have no clothes on. All of my stuff is gone. They've thrown it on a raft down the river. So I'm going to have to find, they set my stuff on fire. Like something stupid prank.
I got this tip from Juan. Make sure you have some honey brew mead on you.
Yes.
Juan always needs mead on him.
That's prejudice. Like mead. Have wands.
Prejudice against wands.
Yeah.
Makes wands. That's great. Anything else we wanted to get into with Alduin's Wall? Have we completed the quest? What is the description on the wall? Have we gotten into the story at all?
Does it tell the story of how they banished him the first time?
Yeah, it's an entire story. I think he's trying to explain it that it's kind of like looking at a tapestry of like an entire life, so you can see an entire story instead of like just chunks of it. But it starts off that I think he was saying that Akatar gave birth to the dragons, and the humans lived under the heel of the dragons, and Alduin was in charge of it, and then they rebelled against Alduin, and the ancient tongues, they were called, which were the Nord heroes, the ancient tongues, I believe. And then they learned a specific shout that managed to fell Alduin. And she says, what, a dragon brought him down? That was Delphine. And Esbern says, yes, it's probably something very specific to dragons or specific to Alduin himself. And then Delphine turns to you and he goes, do you know about that? A shout that can bring down a dragon. Sorry, my mic fell. And you say, no. And then she says, oh, we'll have to ask the Greybeards then. Have to get those involved.
And he points out there's actually a picture. Sorry about the sirens. There's a picture of one of the Nord heroes on the wall there. I forget which one it is. It's not Gormlaith.
What do they look like?
No, the 3 of them are on there.
Are the 3 of them there? I thought just the one that's out.
You got
Alduin.
Yeah, you got Alduin at the top, and he's falling. And then you got Hakon on the left, and then you got Feldir underneath, and then you got Gormlaith on the right. It's all 3 of them, and they're all shouting at him at the same time.
Do they reveal the name of the shout yet?
No, not that.
No, because they don't know.
They don't know. Yeah, it's not until you.
And is it
not too late.
Weird for the Blaze to suggest going to the Greybeards? Was
'cause
I wrong?
she didn't want to involve them. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, really, Delphine? Come on. I mean, I know that we need to, but it seems strange for you to suggest it.
Yeah, I don't think they
You're
had a
dealing
choice,
with the end
yeah.
of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It-
I guess
it's-
it goes any measure.
Yeah.
Good call.
It's supposed to be urgent, even though I went on vacation to Solstheim for 2 months.
Yeah, exactly. They'll wait for you. Don't sweat it.
So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get this other Dragonborn. We're in the club. I'll bring him over. We'll sort this.
We'll fix this whole thing.
Yeah, me, my buddy, Solstheim. We got it. Don't worry. We'll be back in a week or so.
And at what point does Throat of the World quest start? When Delphine says go see the Greybeards?
Yeah, I think so.
Somewhere in that.
Yeah, right around there.
conversation, yeah.
Either when you finish talking to Esbern about the wall, or when you're talking to her, one or the other. I forget which it is.
And from the exterior courtyard, when you go up and out, is there anything fun out there?
I don't think there's anything really out there, is there?
Yeah, there's a couple of dummies that you can shoot
Yeah.
at. A nice view. Most people will probably go out there and fast travel directly from there to go where they're going.
Yeah.
But if you use come out the door and go straight forward, we'll go all the way to the edge and then use become ethereal and jump straight off of there right into the stream below. There's going to be a boat right there, and it's got loads of gems around it and underneath it.
Interesting.
I've actually been directed to that boat before.
For a flawless sapphire, I think.
Yeah, flawless. What was that for? But I've definitely had to search for the boat.
Medesi and Riften.
Yeah,
I thought that was an amethyst he wants.
No, that's the barman inside for Karava for the ring, the engagement ring. He wants 3 flawless amethysts. Medesi outside wants gold or mammoth tusk and 2 flawless sapphires.
Yeah, to make
So specific. What a jerk. Yeah, I definitely had to search out that boat before. Keep that in mind, everybody. So is it possible? Is there a safe way down other than fast traveling off or become ethereal and hopping down? Like, I'm surprised
you can hop your way down. I think I've done it.
There is a hopping.
Yeah, it's not like really a path, but I think you can work your way down.
You get down. Cool. You never know when they're going to do one of those weird exterior, interior. You know, like that one time you have to go with the Chief Yarmaz or whatever his name is to that one interior.
Oh yeah.
It looks like there's this open sky, but they won't let you fast travel in and out. So I never know if the areas are protected like that or whatever. Anything else to Alduin's Wall, you guys?
Yeah, you can speak to Esbern. He gives you the end of the prophecy. That's when he tells. That's when he tells you basically you're the last Dragonborn.
Mm-hmm.
Because he tells the prophecy, and then I think it was Sean Mahoney. I think he explained it in one of the posts on the group quite a while back now, so I doubt you'd be able to find it. But he was saying that when the gold tower falls and when this happens, and then was it when the cold tower falls? It's talking about Skyrim and sort of like, you know, the fall of the snow-topped tower or something like that. And it's basically telling you what's happened in all the previous games. So what happened, the cataclysm that was in Daggerfall, what happened in Arena, then Daggerfall, and then Morrowind, Oblivion, and then Skyrim, and then he says, and then at the end of this, the wheel turns on the last Dragonborn.
Wow. But he's very specific about you being the last Dragonborn.
Well, it says the wheel turns on the last Dragonborn.
Okay.
So it could be that you
Previous one.
you could be like, you know, the Dragonborn there, and you sort of like go to Sovngarde and do your due, but he could always come back because you didn't. I don't think you absorbed his soul. I don't think.
No.
So he could always come back.
So, guys, on the note of the last Dragonborn, I'm going to bow out for the rest of the this episode. Sorry, I gotta leave.
For joining us this evening, and have a pleasant rest of yours.
Okay, guys.
Good night, mate.
See you next time.
Yep.
Bye.
And on that note, if Alduin's Wall, we can actually get to the rest of our quests next episode. So if you guys have anything else you'd like to mention before the end of the show?
I think it's at that point that you can get the special blessing from Esbern.
Oh, yeah.
Would you say it was like extra 20% damage on?
I think so. I didn't check my active effects.
Yeah. Through any specific mode of attack? Like it isn't just through shout or?
Yeah, I think it's just through melee. So your swords and your warhammers. I don't think it's your spells that do more damage. I'm pretty sure it's just melee, swords and stuff, and bows and arrows.
Nice, good call. Great. I need to do that. Do you think far enough ahead when you play, Michael and Colin, to be like, okay, I'm about to go do the Alduin battle. I better go hop back over there and speak to Esbern to get that blessing before I go back and do this dragon battle. Do you guys think ahead far enough to do stuff like that? I never do.
No.
There's no there's no real point on vanilla Skyrim without a dragon mod. Fights are too easy anyway, so
yeah.
No need.
The Alduin battle, even with the fire and brimstone crashing from the sky.
I think Ecclesia just hit level 60. She's not going to have a problem with Alduin.
No.
Yeah, no.
There's that threshold. I'm not quite there yet. I still have some difficulty battling. You know, I'm in my 30s somewhere, so I'm not just whooping ass.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, Ecclesia died quite a lot. You know what she dies to most is Poxyphalma because of the poison.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
She's still only got 300 health, I think. Yeah, 300 health. So they're because nearly all the Falmer I meet now are all Falmer Shadow Masters.
Yeah,
which are good because they have grand souls.
Yeah.
But the only problem is that they're tough as balls.
Yes, they are.
And when they hit you with poison on their swords, and it's like the really good poison that does 90 points worth of damage or something. So.
And does the poison do damage over time, so it'll keep sucking your life down as it goes? Yeah. That's no good. Are you still farming souls? You're still doing lots of enchanting and stuff?
No. But she always keeps a stock of them so she can recharge her weapons.
Yeah.
Does your how do you do that? Do you carry a weapon for that, or do you have your follower do that?
No, I don't like having my follower do it because they fill up all the wrong souls with the wrong soul gems. Because I'm always running out of lesser soul gems for some reason.
Yeah, and they fill up larger soul gems with smaller souls, and you're like, "What are you doing, dummy?" I'm only going to give you petty soul gems from now on. I can't trust you with anything higher level than that. Michael, have you anything to say before we sign off for the evening?
No, I don't. I think that's about where I'm at. Well, actually, I'm just beyond that quest now in the game, so I can't think of anything relating to the blades currently until we get later in the quests later on.
Yeah, I do like how the blades equipment looks. I had it on for a while when I was running around, but then that reminded me I was an Argonian, so I put my other. I've been wearing the Nightingale hood with the Greybeard robes, which I actually think looks really nice. But I was playing Argonian for the longest time, but I haven't actually seen the Argonian face of my character for such a long time. And then I put on the Blades helmet, and I'm like, oh. So I popped my other stuff back on. I don't know why. It's not like I mind playing an Argonian. I found it startling. I was just like, oh, geez. Lizard face here staring back at me.
Lizard face. Yeah, I'm still all in dragon scale. So
that's nice. I haven't really done much smithing. I definitely haven't taken any perks up though. I should establish whatever those that perk we were talking about earlier, where you can establish like it'll do 20% better smithing or something. I need to pick a nice home. Maybe I'll build one of the Hearthfire homes. I haven't done that in a long time. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I've built 2 of those so far.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
I was wondering with the heavy armor is there still a limit? Because they used to say that the max armor that would go up to 600 and something.
Oh, yeah.
Anything over that, it wouldn't have any effect anyway.
It actually didn't have an effect, yeah.
Yeah, so in my ebony armor, with all her perk points, she's got like 800 and something armor.
Good.
So, and that's in her ebony stuff. So going up to Dragonbone would just be a waste of time. And she'd look a lot less cooler in it. So
you like the ebony look more?
Yeah, I do like the ebony.
Or Dragonbone or Scale?
I'm a big fan of Daedric, but she's not. So
she's not. Okay, I see. I assume Dragon Scale is the light and Dragonbone is the heavy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to switch to Daedric to go over to heavy armor now that I'm at 100. Probably after Alduin, I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep this character going.
You guys play both in first person?
I switch back and forth. Depends.
Yeah. When I weigh my decision of what I'm wearing, it depends more on what it looks like than my armor rating now. Because I play third person most of the time.
And that's funny because this entire playthrough I've done in third person.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to change it up, see what I'm sort of like, just because it was another thing of not being able to, like being a woman in the game. I couldn't role play as that person because of her being female. So when at the third person, it was me sort of like looking on and weird sort of thing. But I just couldn't, for some reason, get used to playing first person with a female character. So I'm playing all in third person. I'm thinking about starting a new playthrough on the SSE and totally vanilla, but that'll be male, and it's going to be weird going back into first person again.
Yeah. Have you enjoyed it at all? Or yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Some of the because the animations for the spells are really cool, so you get to see them. And like when you going around doing the getting all the moths, so you could read the Elder Scrolls for the Dawnguard quest, and you start getting all the moths surrounding you, and you start glowing bright color and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Yeah. I missed that out on that in the past couple of playthroughs because I was always in first person.
When you cast a master level spell in first person, does it back out to so you see the animation of casting it, or do you just get a weird 2 hands in front of your face?
Yeah, it actually you see the hands moving. It doesn't go back out again.
Back out. See, that's a cool animation too. The casting of the master spells.
Mm-hmm.
Where he gets both hands up and raises them up and then down and then back up again.
I always enjoyed that. Yeah. I think I said it before, but when I first used a scroll of mass paralysis, literally my mouth was agape. I was so impressed with it. It was like, that was so cool.
Yeah, that's really fun.
And everybody just falls on their face. Yeah,
that's bad. Yeah. That's great. Well, that's an awesome note to end on. If you guys have anything else, I'll go ahead and say we just went over Alduin's Wall in this episode. Next episode, you can check in with us. We will go over Throat of the World with the Greybeards up there. We'll also go through the quest Elder Knowledge, and sort of simultaneously at the same time we can go over Discerning the Transmundane. So thank you, Colin. Thank you, Michael. And for Victor, I'd like to say thank you, everyone, for listening to this edition of the Skyrim Roundtable. And we will see you next time.
Who is rapping? Overkeen. Dragons? I'm not overkeen. I'll dice them like a knife, slicing right through an
Thank you for downloading this episode of a Skyrim Addict podcast roundtable. If you are interested in doing a play-along character with us, the show can be contacted by emailing skyrimroundtable@gmail.com. For the Skyrim Random Stats Character Generator, the Roundtable schedule, our Amazon link, and all other show information, please head on over to asapodcasting.com, where you will find the Fallout feed, My Journey with CF, a Skyrim Addict podcast, the Chatterbox, ASA Game Talk, our YouTube channel, as well as other content. Your 5-star review on iTunes is greatly appreciated. Once again, thank you for downloading, and no lollygagging.